The air stings, acrid smoke blots out the sun, trees explode in a fury of heat. Wildfires, once a seasonal threat, are now a year-round reality for millions of Americans. From the tinder-dry forests of California to the drought-stricken grasslands of the Southwest, the United States is facing an unprecedented wildfire crisis. These infernos consume millions of acres annually, displacing communities, decimating wildlife, and leaving behind a trail of devastation. The year 2023 set grim records with over 10 million acres scorched. Images of firestorms engulfing entire towns, forcing mass evacuations, have become all too familiar. The human and ecological toll is staggering, with billions of dollars in property damage, lost timber, and firefighting costs. But the true cost goes beyond dollars and cents. Wildfires impact air quality, water resources, and the delicate balance of entire ecosystems. Understanding wildfires, their causes, and consequences is no longer a matter of regional concern. It's a national imperative. We must educate ourselves about the factors that ignite these blazes, the devastating impacts they have on our environment and communities, and the steps we can take to prevent and mitigate their destructive power. Wildfires are a natural part of many ecosystems, playing a crucial role in forest regeneration and nutrient cycling. Lightning strikes, for example, have ignited fires for millennia, shaping landscapes and influencing plant and animal communities. However, the frequency, intensity, and sheer scale of wildfires in recent decades cannot be solely attributed to natural causes. Human activities have tipped the scales, transforming what was once a natural phenomenon into a growing crisis. Carelessly discarded cigarettes, unattended campfires, and faulty power lines spark countless wildfires each year. Arson, a deliberate act of setting fires, also contributes significantly to the problem. Beyond these direct human actions, other factors exacerbate wildfire risk. Decades of fire suppression policies, while well-intentioned, have led to a dangerous buildup of flammable vegetation in forests. This fuel load creates conditions ripe for larger, more intense fires when ignited. Moreover, the expansion of human development into wildland-urban interface areas, where homes and communities abut forests and grasslands, increases the likelihood of human-caused ignitions and the potential for catastrophic damage. Understanding the wildfire crisis requires more than just acknowledging the flames. It demands grappling with the complex interplay of natural systems and human actions. While we cannot control the weather or prevent every lightning strike, we can modify our behaviors and adopt policies that reduce the risks we pose. This involves recognizing the role of climate change, which is already exacerbating wildfire conditions. Rising temperatures, prolonged droughts, and altered precipitation patterns create a tinderbox-like environment, increasing the likelihood and intensity of wildfires. As the planet warms, these trends are projected to worsen, making the need for proactive measures even more urgent. This essay will delve deeper into the multifaceted issue of wildfires in the United States. We will explore the devastating impacts these fires have on human communities, wildlife, and the environment. By examining historical wildfires and the lessons learned from them, we can better understand the urgency of the situation. Lightning, a dramatic display of atmospheric energy, has always been a natural ignition source for wildfires. A single bolt, crackling with thousands of volts, can instantly ignite dry vegetation. In areas prone to thunderstorms and low rainfall, such as the arid landscapes of the Southwest, lightning-caused fires are a regular occurrence. These fires, while potentially destructive, have historically played a role in shaping ecosystems, clearing out underbrush, and promoting new growth. However, the natural balance has been disrupted. Climate change, driven by human activities, is altering precipitation patterns and increasing the frequency and severity of droughts. Vegetation, starved of moisture, becomes highly flammable tinder, ready to ignite at the slightest spark. What were once manageable fires can now explode into massive infernos, fueled by an abundance of dry fuel and exacerbated by strong winds. The convergence of lightning and drought creates a volatile situation. As temperatures rise and rainfall becomes more erratic, the risk of lightning-ignited wildfires increases. These fires, often occurring in remote and rugged terrain, pose significant challenges for firefighters who must navigate difficult conditions to contain the flames. The increasing frequency and intensity of these fires highlight the growing impact of climate change on wildfire regimes. Section 2. The human element, accidental ignitions. While lightning is a natural part of the wildfire equation, human actions are increasingly responsible for igniting the majority of wildfires in the United States. Carelessness with fire, often stemming from a lack of awareness or disregard for safety regulations, has become a major contributor to the wildfire crisis. Activities as simple as leaving a campfire unattended, improperly discarding a cigarette, or using machinery with faulty spark arresters can have devastating consequences. In areas where human development encroaches upon wildlands, the risk of accidental ignitions is particularly high. The wildland-urban interface, where homes and communities meet forests and grasslands, has become a hotspot for human-caused wildfires. A stray ember from a backyard barbecue, a malfunctioning lawnmower, or even fireworks during dry conditions can quickly ignite a blaze that spreads rapidly through dry vegetation, threatening lives and property. The consequences of these accidental ignitions are often tragic and far-reaching. Wildfires can destroy homes, displace families, and disrupt entire communities. The economic costs, including property damage, firefighting efforts, and lost business revenue, can be staggering. Moreover, the smoke and air pollution from these fires pose serious health risks, particularly for vulnerable populations such as children, the elderly, and those with respiratory problems. Section 3. When carelessness turns criminal arson. While accidental ignitions account for a significant portion of wildfires, the deliberate act of arson adds a chilling dimension to the crisis. Arson, the criminal act of setting fires intentionally, is a serious problem that exacerbates wildfire risks and poses a direct threat to human life, property, and the environment. Motives for arson vary, ranging from vandalism and revenge to insurance fraud and attempts to cover up other crimes. The consequences of arson-caused wildfires can be catastrophic. These fires often start in remote areas, making early detection and suppression efforts challenging. Fueled by dry vegetation and driven by wind, they can spread rapidly, threatening communities, wildlife habitats, and critical infrastructure. The human toll can be devastating, with firefighters and civilians alike facing life-threatening situations while battling these intentionally set blazes. Addressing the issue of arson requires a multi-pronged approach. Law enforcement agencies play a crucial role in investigating and prosecuting arson cases, while public awareness campaigns can help deter potential arsonists and encourage citizens to report suspicious activity. Community involvement is essential, as neighbors often hold valuable information that can assist in identifying and apprehending those responsible for setting these destructive fires. Section 4. A legacy of suppression, fueling the flames. For decades, wildfire management in the United States focused heavily on fire suppression. The goal was to extinguish wildfires as quickly as possible, minimizing their immediate impact on human lives and property. While well-intentioned, this approach has inadvertently contributed to the current wildfire crisis by disrupting natural fire regimes and allowing for the buildup of excessive fuel loads in forests and grasslands. Fire, as mentioned earlier, is a natural part of many ecosystems. Historically, naturally occurring fires, often ignited by lightning, would burn through forests and grasslands periodically, clearing out dead wood, underbrush, and other flammable materials. These fires, while dramatic, were typically low intensity and played a crucial role in maintaining healthy ecosystems. However, decades of aggressive fire suppression have disrupted this natural cycle. By extinguishing fires quickly and preventing them from running their course, we have allowed fuels to accumulate to unnatural levels. Forests that were once open and park-like have become choked with dense undergrowth, creating a tinderbox-like environment where fires can burn hotter, faster, and higher into the canopy. This, in turn, makes fires more difficult and dangerous to fight, threatening the very ecosystems we sought to protect. Communities in the crosshairs, the human toll of wildfires. The towering flames and billowing smoke of a wildfire are a terrifying spectacle, but the devastation extends far beyond the immediate fire front. Wildfires inflict a heavy toll on human communities, leaving behind shattered lives and displaced families. The trauma of fleeing one's home can be profound and long-lasting. Towns like Paradise, California were virtually erased from the map. The psychological impact can linger for years, manifesting as PTSD, anxiety, and depression. The recovery process is long and arduous, requiring a concerted effort from all. Nature's refugees, wildlife, and habitat loss. Wildfires leave behind more than just scorched earth. They displace countless animals, disrupting ecosystems and threatening biodiversity. For wildlife, a wildfire is a chaotic and terrifying event. Many animals fall victim to the flames. The loss of habitat is one of the most significant impacts. Forests, grasslands, and riparian areas are transformed into barren landscapes. This loss can have cascading effects throughout the food chain. Some species adapt, but many struggle with increased wildfire frequency. Climate change exacerbates wildfire conditions, creating a double whammy for wildlife. Protecting wildlife requires habitat conservation, climate change mitigation, and responsible fire management. The air we breathe, the water we drink, environmental impacts. Wildfires impact air and water quality, releasing harmful pollutants and affecting human health. Smoke travels far, impacting air quality in distant cities. Vulnerable populations like children and the elderly are most affected. PM2.5 particles cause respiratory and heart issues. Wildfires also contaminate water sources with ash and debris. Section 4. Scars on the landscape, long-term effects of wildfires. The immediate aftermath of a wildfire is a scene of utter devastation. Charred trees stand like skeletal sentinels against a backdrop of ash and rubble. The air hangs heavy with the acrid smell of smoke, but the impact of these fires extends far beyond the initial burn, leaving lasting scars on the landscape and altering ecosystems for years. One significant long-term effect is soil erosion. The intense heat can bake the soil, creating a water-repellent layer. This leads to increased runoff, carrying away topsoil and nutrients. The loss of vegetation cover also exacerbates erosion. The loss of vegetation can also impact the water cycle. Trees and plants absorb rainfall, slowing runoff and releasing moisture back into the atmosphere. Without vegetation, rainfall runs off quickly, leading to increased flooding and erosion. This impacts water availability for human communities and downstream ecosystems. Ecological recovery can take years, depending on the severity of the burn and the ecosystem. Some ecosystems are resilient, bouncing back quickly with new growth. Others may take much longer to recover, with invasive species potentially altering the ecosystem permanently. A history of notable wildfires. The history of the United States is intertwined with fire. Wildfires have shaped the land, influencing ecosystems and human psyche. Native Americans used fire to manage landscapes and attract game. As settlements expanded, the relationship with fire became more complex. Catastrophic wildfires in the 20th century changed fire management. These events highlight the need for responsible fire management. Section 2. The Great Fire of 1910, a firestorm for the ages. The Great Fire of 1910 burned over 3 million acres in just 2 days, making it the largest wildfire in U.S. history. Section 3. The Camp Fire of 2018, a modern inferno. The campfire, ignited by faulty electrical equipment, spread with astonishing speed, becoming the deadliest wildfire in California history. Section 4. Lessons learned, lessons applied, from tragedy to preparedness. Major wildfires highlight the importance of early detection, rapid response, and embracing fire as a natural part of many ecosystems. Section 1. Fighting fire with fire. The role of controlled burns. Controlled burns reduce hazardous fuel loads, improve forest health, and lessen the risk of catastrophic wildfires. Section 2. Holding the line. Fire breaks and defensible space. Fire breaks and defensible space create buffer zones that significantly increase the chances of property surviving a wildfire. Section 3. Early detection, rapid response technology on the fire lines. Technological advancements like satellite imagery and drones are revolutionizing wildfire detection and response. Section 4. Ready, Set, Go. Empowering communities for wildfire preparedness. Wildfire preparedness requires active participation from individuals and communities, including creating defensible space and evacuation plans. The acrid smell of smoke filling the air, the orange glow of flames painting the night sky, these are becoming increasingly familiar sights in a world grappling with climate change. Climate change is fanning the flames, leading to more frequent and intense wildfires. The relationship between climate change and wildfires is not a one-way street. Wildfires release massive amounts of carbon dioxide, further exacerbating global warming. While the immediate impacts of wildfires on human communities and infrastructure are readily apparent, the less visible, long-term effects on ecosystem resilience are equally profound. Climate change is making ecosystems more susceptible to wildfires and hindering their ability to recover. Section 4. Adapting to a fiery future, climate-smart fire management. Adapting to climate change requires a holistic strategy that includes controlled burns, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and community preparedness. The images are stark charred landscapes, homes reduced to ash, a sky choked with smoke. The true cost of wildfires includes environmental, health, and economic impacts that extend far beyond the immediate devastation. Wildfires are a complex challenge intertwined with climate change and human behavior. We can influence how we prepare for and respond to fire. Wildfire awareness and preparedness is a shared responsibility. Understanding wildfire science and mitigating risks is crucial. Homeowners creating defensible space and policymakers promoting sustainable forest management are key. Each action contributes to a safer, more resilient future. Controlled burns reduce hazardous fuel loads and restore forest health. Our collective will to act is our most powerful tool. Building a fire-resilient future requires policy changes, technological advancements, and a shift in how we manage natural resources. It demands investing in firefighting resources and proactive measures to reduce wildfire risk. Strengthening building codes in fire-prone areas is paramount. Fire-resistant materials and ember-resistant designs help homes withstand wildfires. Homeowners must create defensible space by clearing vegetation and reducing ladder fuels. Investing in research and technology improves wildfire detection and firefighting techniques. Tools like satellite imagery and drones revolutionize wildfire monitoring and response. The specter of wildfire looms large, a stark reminder of the power of nature and the consequences of a changing climate. But amidst the charred landscapes and smoky skies, there is hope to be found. Hope in the resilience of communities, the dedication of firefighters, and the growing awareness that we have the power to shape a safer, more fire-adapted future. From the ashes of tragedy, we see communities coming together to rebuild, stronger and more connected than before. We see firefighters risking their lives to protect lives and property, exhibiting courage and selflessness in the face of danger. And we see a growing movement of individuals, organizations and policymakers demanding action on climate change and advocating for policies that promote forest health and wildfire resilience. The challenges ahead are significant, but they are not insurmountable. By embracing a spirit of collaboration, innovation, and unwavering commitment, we can navigate the complexities of a changing climate, build more resilient communities, and protect the natural resources we all depend on. The path forward is clear, and the time for action is now. Let us meet this challenge with courage, determination, and a shared vision for a safer, more sustainable future.